This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 1, 2023. And in the news this evening, man charged over fatal Burger King parking lot attack. The police have now charged a man in relation to the fatal attack in the parking lot of the Burger King on Barbican Road in St. Andrew last December. 22-year-old Garland Holmes, otherwise called Nippy, has been charged with 2 counts of murder and wounding with intent. Holmes of Norman Avenue, Kingston 2, was charged after he was pointed out during an identification parade. Preparation is being made for him to appear in court. The incident, which was captured on video and which went viral on social media platforms, happened on the morning of Thursday, December 29, 2022. The police report that about 6:50 a.m., an argument developed between occupants of a Toyota Noah and a Nissan Tida motor car. According to the police, the men in the Nissan Tida were joined by Holmes and other men traveling in a BMW X1 who attacked the occupants of the Toyota Noah with knives, injuring 3. The police were summoned and the injured men were taken to the hospital, where 2 of them, later identified as Akeem Morgan and Kareem Harris, died. The 3rd man was admitted for treatment. Holmes was taken into custody on Friday, December 30, and subsequently charged. Manchester farmers plead for help after crops destroyed by bushfire. Several farmers in Manchester are calling for assistance from the government to help them restart their operations. 11 farmers suffered losses after a bushfire got out of control and destroyed their farms at a spring ground in the parish. One of the affected farmers, Claire Maxwell, told the news that the destruction of crops and the infrastructure is estimated at a total of $26 million.
A farmer across there, he had tomato on his field. Everything has gone. Everything. I mean, everything. And this is what left of my farm also. Other persons have lost pipe, hose, mulch on the farm. So it's terrible. It's terrible to know that, you have been doing farming over a period of time and to see something like this happen. Yes, thank God that our life has been spared, but we're asking that we get some support from the government so that we can be back on our feet.
The farmers also wanted the government to impose stricter penalties on those responsible for bushfires that get out of control and damage or destroy other people's properties. Program to modernize agriculture sector being revamped but MP displeased. It has been disclosed that the modernization of agriculture sector program, which had been expected to finally start in 2021, is being revamped. The issue was raised by Member of Parliament for St. and South Eastern Lisa Hanna during Wednesday's meeting of Parliament's Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, which discussed the 3rd supplementary estimates tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Ms. Hanna questioned the $150 million cut in the budget that had been allocated for the program. Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison explained that the budget was cut since the program has not yet started and is being reformulated by the Ministry of Agriculture.
So the modernization of agriculture program it did not start, and it is being reformulated by the Ministry of Agriculture, and that is why it has been FS reduced at this point.
But Ms. Hanna expressed the frustration that the government does not seem to be committed to the reform of the agriculture sector. She said she is angry because farmers in her constituency and across the island need help.
So the program, the agricultural modernization program did not start. And I lament that because in the House, various ministers of agriculture came here to speak glowingly about the modernization project and how it was going to help farmers. And I'm angry now because my farmers need help. Farmers across the board need help. Agriculture is one of the few industries that we have a global competitive advantage in. And why is it that we always take such scant regard towards our farmers in this country?
Clark raises questions about SSL external audits. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark this morning questioned the findings on a special audit on the off-balance sheet portfolio of Stocks and Securities Limited conducted in January 2020 after external auditors gave the investment firm's book a clean bill of health. The accounts of more than 40 people, including retired track legend Usain Bolt, were allegedly defrauded of approximately $3 billion at the private company. Bolt's account is believed to have been defrauded between 2012 and 2017. There are questions to be answered as to why this wasn't detected by external auditors, by special auditors, by internal auditors over a long period of time. And the reason is not to cast the blame on anybody, but to understand the weaknesses in the private sector that exist that we have got to take action on, as far as regulation or other means at our disposal, said Clark during the Financial Investigations Division's biennial conference now underway at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston. The news reported on Tuesday that the audit report indicated that SSL's assets and client liabilities within the off-balance sheet portfolio reflected $34.8 billion. The equity-adjusted portfolio balances reflected $31 billion in assets. Auditors in the 5-page standalone report said that they obtained all information and explanations that were deemed necessary for the audit. In our opinion, proper accounting records have been maintained so far as appears from our examination of those records, and the statements on and off balance sheet assets and the client liabilities, which are in agreement therewith, give the information required by the Jamaica Companies Act in the manner required, the report dated January 27, 2020 said. However, Clark said that the external auditing firm, which he did not identify, will not escape questions on the massive fraud. The auditors will not escape scrutiny in this matter, and the procedures used to provide audits will not escape scrutiny. The regulators depend on third parties to provide external audits. If there is a direction to get an audit, and the audit comes back satisfactory, the FSC cannot act on that point, added Clark, in a direct attempt to absolve the regulatory body of negligence. He said, while not casting aspersions, questions about the process must be answered if we are to live up to our creed that no stone will be left unturned. The FSC, in an October 2019 letter to SSL, requested evidence of the value of client assets and the liabilities within the off-balance sheet portfolio as at September 30, 2019, the value of the on-balance sheet client liabilities, and the value of the assets including liquid assets effectively segregated that is assigned to on-balance sheet client liabilities. In that letter, it directed the SSL to commission and execute an independent audit. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.